Hello everyone, welcome to my The Way Home official channel. I hope everyone is having a great day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Finally, the Enchanted Pond and the Landry family's problem from the first season of Hallmark's The Way Home have returned in the second season. Following the shocking conclusion of the previous season, the storyline of the upcoming season centers more on the romantic tension between Kat and Elliot than on time travel. Kat took the decision to stop time traveling since it had only made their predicament worse. Let's see if Kat was able to stop herself and her daughter from wanting to go back in time in this first episode of The Way Home Season 2, or if they discovered something fascinating in the past. Did Kat set a time limit for the distance they had to cross in the pond? The first scene of The Way Home Season 2 Episode 1, The Space Between, saw a small child racing through the woods in search of the enchanted pond, where we later saw an elderly woman waiting for him. The woman told the child that the pond will always lead them to their destination as the child grasped her hand, but the woman asked him to remain there. This enigmatic woman, who we previously knew as the White Witch, may be the elderly version of Kat, and this youngster was probably an older version of Jacob, Kat's younger brother, who vanished in 1999. These two most likely attempted to solve the enigma of their past in a different timeline. Maybe in later episodes, we'll learn more about their backgrounds. Rewinding to the current day, Kat confided in Landry over Jacob's absence. She added that she was aware that Finn, their pet dog, was also able to travel through time, and that Jacob might have followed him to an alternate reality. Del brushed the conversation aside, having previously endured an agonizing amount of time reflecting about her son's disappearance, and now feeling ready to go on. Even so, Kat made the decision to return to the pond and dive into the water, but this time she was unable to get anywhere in the alternate timeline. Alice appeared there as well, and she assisted her mother in exiting the icy water. Alice and Kat swore they would never time travel and pledged to forget their past. Were Elliot and Kat reunited? After 7 months, Kat and Alice had finally conquered their want to return to the pond. Kat started concentrating on her journalism while running Port Haven. One day, Kat was working in Port Haven when she happened upon an artwork that astonished her. The picture, which featured Kat, was created in 1814. Kat soon discovered that she might have also gone back in time to the 19th century. Kat was unable to control her curiosity about that specific time frame and the part she had performed in that time period. She suspected that in 1814 she would uncover some information regarding Jacob's disappearance, which would save her brother from being lost to time in the future. Kat had been exercising on a daily basis, having been focused on her health. While jogging one day, she ran across Elliot, who had at last returned. The circumstances and Kat's incessant desire to go back in time caused Elliot and Kat's romance to end in the previous season. However, this season had finally made it possible for these two to connect. Sadly, it's still unclear if they would end up together or if Kat's time travel ambitions would get in the way. Kat spent some time with Elliot at Alice's party back at home, and they even shared a kiss. But they both drew back when they realized they were going too far. Elliot had hoped that they may eventually click when Kat informed him that she had chosen to give up on her time travel endeavors. Alice, on the other hand, wasn't quite into Elliot or his developing relationship with her mother. Alice held resentment at Elliot from their recurrent time trip in the previous season, when he nearly abandoned them, and she had never been able to forgive him. Del desired to mend her daughter's relationship and give it another go. However, we were shown that Elliot and Colton were friends in a previous timeline, or possibly a flashback. They heard a sound as they were chatting away about their romance. Maybe it was a time traveler from another timeline, Alice most likely, watching their every step. What became of Kat? Alice was told by Kat about the painting she had seen in Port Haven. Alice was given another chance to persuade her mother to take a second time travel, and Kat accepted. Once more, the two of them came close to the pond, but this time Elliot noticed them as they got closer. Elliot was devastated that Kat had lied to him before, but he refrained from intervening. Their chance of being together was being jeopardized by these frequent time journeys, but he wanted to start over with her. Kat refused to let go of her past, despite Elliot's wishes for her to move on. She wanted to bring Jacob home, and she was frantic to find out about him. Knowing that the pond would lead them to their destination, Kat and Alice made the decision to take another risk. Kat lost sight of her daughter as the two dove into the water. Alice crossed the pond to enter an alternate timeline in 1990, where she encountered Elliot at a younger age. Kat, meanwhile, was unable to locate any portals and stayed in the current timeline. Meanwhile, Kat was shot by a woodsman who threw her into the lake. Although we are unable to identify the gunman, it is possible that they are the time traveler who was most likely to blame for Jacob's disappearance. Maybe in the next episodes, we'll learn more about Kat's fate. She might finally make it out of the woods and attempt to find out who shot her. Will Kat and Alice be able to stop the family tragedy that will forever alter the Landry family dynamic? The women investigate what happened to Kat's brother Jacob over 20 years ago in the next episode of Hallmark Channel's The Way Home, and they consider using their newly acquired time-traveling skills to stop his abduction. The second half of The Way Home's first season will likely see the completion of the plot as the program approaches its March finale. The season finale of The Way Home airs on March 26 at a designated hour. 3 generations of Landry women, Dell, her daughter Kat, and Kat's daughter Alice, are followed in this time travel family drama as they struggle to reconcile after years apart and deal with previous pain. Building a mystery gives away that Kat will be using her investigative journalism expertise to find out what really happened to Jacob. Digging into the past, though, may bring back some unpleasant memories. Will Kat's quest for Jacob yield the answers she seeks? Fans of The Way Home will have to watch the next 5 episodes to find out. This is due to the fact that Ride, the new rodeo family drama from Hallmark, will premiere on the network right after the season finale of The Way Home on September 9 at 9 p.m. ET. Will Season 2 of The Way Home be produced? The Way Home has been moving slowly thus far. In addition to spending time examining Kat's relationship with her ex-boyfriend Brady, Dell's attempts to come to terms with her intense grief over the deaths of both her son and her husband, and Alice's adventures in 1999, during which she meets a younger version of her mother and falls in love with a cute boy named Nick. The show has been hinting at what might have happened to Jacob since its premiere. By the end of the first season, will the show be able to satisfactorily conclude all of its storylines? Maybe, but we have a feeling that the conclusion will leave us with a little bit of a cliffhanger, paving the way for a possible second season. Hallmark has not yet disclosed if The Way Home has received a second season renewal. However, the network claims that the first few episodes of the show were among the most popular cable entertainment shows of the week, which is encouraging for the show's chances of getting renewed. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.